Hi and welcome to this video. We are going to make some authentic flour tortillas I learned from my grandma growing up. Now that I have my own family, I wanted to make them for them as well. I finally have a recipe that I really like, so I wanted to share it. The first thing I do is heat 3/4 of a cup of hot water, and then I will add 3 tablespoons of oil. My grandma did use canola growing up, but I don't use that in our home, so I either go with avocado or olive oil, kind of whatever I want each time. Next, we're going to combine 2 cups of flour with half a teaspoon of salt and just make sure it's mixed really well. And I usually put this in a pretty big bowl so that I can mix it really well and not worry about it spilling over. Once we make sure the salt and flour is incorporated, we're going to add the oil and the water mixture right into the flour mixture. And then I usually use a wooden spoon or a spatula and just start mixing. And once the dough forms a little bit or even cools down, because sometimes the water is pretty hot, I will start using my hands and then knead it on a flat surface. I turn the dough out onto a floured surface and knead it for a few minutes until it's really smooth. I feel like once you get to the smooth texture, once you kind of know how long to knead, yeah, you'll know when you're done. If you need to adjust with flour or water, feel free to, but if you stick to the measurements, you should be fine. Cover it with a tea towel and let it rest for about 15 minutes. After the resting period, you're going to want to turn on a skillet. I like to use my cast iron, and that's what my grandma used growing up. Next, you're going to divide the dough into smaller portions, and you're going to do that by just kind of making a fist and pulling off what comes off. I don't know, this is kind of something my grandma used to do, so you kind of just squeeze a piece off and then kind of make it into a ball and then flatten it. On a lightly floured surface, you're going to start using a rolling pin to flatten out the tortillas. And the key here is to make sure you have enough flour on the bottom of the tortilla and also on the top. It shouldn't be sticking to the surface that you're using or the rolling pin. Just make sure everything's floured really nicely. And constantly flip your tortilla over to get it like nice and thin without making holes. You're going to want to just keep flipping over, rolling, flipping over, rolling, and just do that until you get your desired thickness, thinness, whatever. I like to go pretty thin. Now that your cast iron skillet is nice and hot, you can start cooking your tortillas. Sometimes they take 30 seconds to cook on each side, and sometimes they'll cook really fast depending on the thickness. So just keep an eye on them, don't let them burn. As long as that skillet is hot, they should be cooking really quick. Putting them into a enclosed Tupperware or bowl with towel over it will keep the heat in and continue to make them pillowy soft, not tough and hard and crunchy. And there you have it. It's super simple, really minimal ingredients and minimal effort. Just takes a little bit of time to set aside and make them at home. But it is really well worth it and something that's really fun to share and just so much better than store-bought tortillas. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this recipe. I'm so excited to be sharing it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.